What is a supercomputer? See, this is a supercomputer. This is IBM's Blue Gene supercomputer at Argonne National Laboratory. It runs over 250,000 processors using normal data center air conditioning grouped in 72 racks cabinets connected via high-speed optical network. So a supercomputer is a computer with a high level of computing performance compared to our general purpose computer which we use in our house. Performance of a supercomputer is measured in flops, floating point operation per second, instead of MIPS, million instruction per second. As of 2015, there are supercomputers which can perform up to quadrillions of flops. So the supercomputer was introduced in 1960s, made initially and for decades primarily by Seymour Cray at CDC, Control Data Corporation. Cray Research and subsequent companies bearing his name and monogram. While the supercomputers of the 1970s used only few processors, in 1990s machines with thousands of processors began to appear, and by the end of 20th century massively parallel supercomputers with tens of thousands of off-the-shelf processors were the norm. As of June 2016, the fastest supercomputer in the world is the Sunway Taihu Lite in mainland China, with a LinPack benchmark score of 93 petaflops, exceeding the previous record holder, Tinhai 2, by around 59 petaflops. It tops the ranking in the top 500 supercomputer list. Sunway Taihu Lite's emergence is also notable for its use of indigenous chips and is the first Chinese computer to enter top 500 list without using hardware from the United States. So as of June 2016, China for the first time has made computers 167 on the top 500. So 167 are there in top 500 list. Then the US, which is having 165. But US built computers held 10 of the top 20 position. In November 2016, the US have 5 of the top 10 and China 2, in fact the top 2. Supercomputers plays an important role in the field of computation science and are used for a wide range of computationally intensive tasks in various fields, including the quantum mechanics, weather forecasting, climate research, oil and gas exploration, molecular modeling, the computing of structures and properties of chemical compounds, biological macromolecules, polymers and crystals. And the physical simulations also, like the simulations of early moments of the universe, airplane and spacecraft aerodynamics, the detonation of nuclear weapons and nuclear fusion. And throughout their history, they have been essential in the field of cryptanalysis. So systems with massive number of processors generally take one of the two paths. In one approach, that is in distributed computing, hundreds of thousands of discrete computers such as laptops distributed across a network. For example, the internet devotes some or all of their time to solving a common problem. And each individual computer, which are called the client, receives and completes many small tasks, reporting the result to a central server, which integrates the task results from all the clients into the overall solution. There is another approach. Thousands of dedicated processors are placed in proximity to each other. We call it as a computer cluster. This saves considerable time moving data around and making it possible for the processor to work together, rather maybe on separate tasks, for example in mesh and hypercube architectures. The use of multi-core processor combined with centralization is an emerging trend, and one can think of this as a small cluster, that is a multi-core processor in a smartphone or a tablet or a laptop. That both depends upon the contributes of the cloud. So it is a supercomputer is a computer that performs nearly the currently highest operational rate for computers, and traditionally supercomputers have been used for scientific and engineering both applications that must handle very large databases and do great amount of computation or both. Although advances like multi-core processors and GPUs, that is general purpose graphic processing unit, have enabled powerful machines for personal use. Okay. By definition, the computer or supercomputer is exceptional in the terms of performance. At any given time, there are few well-publicized supercomputers, as we just saw, that operate at extremely high speed relative to all other computers. The term is also sometimes applied to far slower but still impressively fast computers. The largest, most powerful supercomputers are really multiple computers that perform parallel processing. And in general, there are two parallel processing approach, as we just say, symmetric multiprocessing and massively parallel processing. As we just discussed, 2016 June, the fastest supercomputer is Sunway Taihu Light in the city of Vixu in China. So what are the statistics of Taihu Light? 4960 64-bit RISC processors with 260 cores each. Peak performance 125 petaflops. 32 GB DDR3 memory per computing node, 1.3 PB petabytes memory in total. Linux-based Sunway Rays operating system. There are notable computers throughout the history. The first commercially successful supercomputer, the CDC 6600, was designed by Seymour Cray, released in 1964. The CDC 6600 has a single CPU and cost around $8 million, the equivalent of $60 million today. And the CDC could handle 3 million floating points operation per second. Cray went on to found a supercomputer company under his name in 1972. Although the company has changed hands a number of times and it is still in operation. In September 2008, Cray and Microsoft launched CX1. This is a $25,000 personal supercomputer aimed at markets such as aerospace, automotive, academics, financial service, and life sciences. IBM has been a key competitor. The company's Roadrunner, once the top-ranked supercomputer, was twice as fast as IBM's Blue Gene and 6 times as fast as any other computer at that time. IBM's Watson is famous for having adopted the cognitive computing to beat champion Ken Jennings, that is a popular quiz show. So 10 supercomputers of recent year. As we said that in 2016 we have 93.01 petaflops Sunway Taihu Light. The Tinhai 2, 33.86. Then we have US Cray Titan, 17.59 petaflops. IBM Sequoia, Livermore, Fujitsu K Computer 10.51, Japan. And Tinhai 1A, that was 2.566. Then Cray Jaguar, IBM Roadrunner. So you see the advancement in the peak speed. That is, we have Taihu Light 93.01 petaflops. So this was the basic idea about the supercomputers. Thank you so much.